agree. It's going to come down to if Optic's going to stick with the 3 OSAs. I think that's been the biggest change for them from start to now in this tournament. And I feel like if Faze is going to have a chance here in this one, they need to match that weapon setup. Keep the pressure. Pressure is going to be everything in an early tournament like this.
I guess that kind of begs the question, why wasn't that the opening strat from Optic the entire time? Because we've seen them do it in that last map, and they look so much more comfortable.
I just think that comes with practice, just under practice, and the more these guys play, the better they're going to get, and that's what's scary for all the teams left in this tournament.
And LAN. You know, transition from online to LAN, maybe they just feel more comfortable with a certain weapon.
Very true. Obviously, you as well just kind of touched a little bit about playing already on Championship Sunday, something that historically in Call of Duty has had an effect. How big is that effect, though, for FaZe? I mean, how quickly do they need to go from, all right, you know, we just had breakfast, we just got here, we just watched Optic play, to, all right, game time?
It's tough to do, man. It really is. That first match of a day is really tough to do. You're on the 3rd day of a tournament. You're starting to get tired a little bit. You have to get back in that zone as fast as possible.
Well, without further ado, the rig draft underway between Optic Gaming and FaZe Clan. A quick glance across. It looks as if it's going to be pretty much similar potential change.
And something that's interesting is Clayster decides to go with that overdrive. He's usually a Centurion guy, but maybe he just told his team, you know, this isn't working out as well as I want it to.
I think you see that matched up there, Formal as well. He's going to be rocking that. So that fight TP that you mentioned, I mean, that's going to be even more crucial now, I think. But you see the map fly through coming in. Throwback hardpoint about to get underway here on Championship Sunday. Optic Gaming versus FaZe Clan. Map number 1. Over to the casters.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. FaZe Clan finally going back up against Optic Gaming. Chance, it has been 14 months since the last time we saw this battle on LAN, and you've got a big smile on your face.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, but we will finally have our answer for who is the top team, Optic Gaming or FaZe Clan. Coming off the break, we're on board with Scumpy.
Let's get it, folks. Scump will begin to push right towards middle map. He's got the weapon that in hardpoint this weekend seems to be the weapon that works for him. That OSA, such a high rate of fire, probably most similar to a submachine gun in the current meta. Off the break, it is Optic Gaming with early hardpoint control as they are completely outslaying their opponents.
Yeah, you know, these guys are going to be fresh. They just finished playing on this exact same map, and they are continuing their dominance on it. Formals, he's just been hanging inside the hill the entire time. He's not expected necessarily to do the OJ work, but he has done just that. OG with that early 21-0 lead.
They actually did have the spawns for this new hardpoint, but nice job to FaZe. Get 4 dead. For the second, they're going to have to push through towards this barn side. Chance, how do you want to see him retake this? Should they just flood right through this underpass area, go towards Lemon right now? It seems like Optic Gaming actually want to bring the pressure to them, and OG wipe FaZe off the map.
And more importantly, they're able to keep the spawns as well. So they get that clean 4 down. FaZe is going to spawn even farther back. So the initial time definitely going to go towards that green side. Of course, FaZe, though, down Lemon side with the exception of one. I think that, of course, well, it's going to be Zuma on the flank. No surprise there. Still, though, FaZe, all that pressure coming in from the side, and all 3 players going to pick a kill up. Karma not going to be able to do anything. Zuma gets that cleanup kill. A perfect break from FaZe Gaming.
This is what you wanted to see, man. They get a clean break. These two teams so evenly matched on the retake. Now Clayster expecting the pressure to come in. One grenade misses. Shots, though, just over the shoulder of the first player who charged on in. Zuma can't clean up the backside, and now Attach pushing in from the side barn door. His teammate does get one. Second challenge comes into play, just playing his life for the second. 39-36, the score at the moment. It's about to be a tied game as we begin the rotation towards this 3rd hardpoint.
And really, kills have been traded back and forth pretty effectively on both sides. It's just FaZe for the majority of that had the better response. Of course, though, OG trying to get that scrap time. There is that final gunfight for it. Attach is going to come out on top. Meanwhile, though, the rotation is over. Karma's the one that has to get down these lockdown lanes. He's only able to pick up one. Scump, though, is going to be there for the trade. So again, it is going to be Optic Gaming coming out on top of that rotation battle.
Enable trying to play this close corner with the OSA. Not going to work there as Karma makes them pay for some missed shots early on. Both teams so evenly matched at the moment. Hardpoint contested for a brief second as 3 line up for Scump. Now 7-6. And when he is on point, Optic Gaming are a completely different team. Scump wipes out all of FaZe, and now the crowd's getting behind him here. You gotta love it, Chance. You've got all of Old Men of Optic in the venue. You got Rain, Apex watching online. Their boys are playing as they've now moved to their new house in LA. So much on the line. Everyone happy for this battle to be back on the main stage.
An incredibly close game so far. That's going to be 3 down in favor of FaZe. Make it 4. Formal is going to fall as well. And you see a split spawn actually coming in from Optic. Clayster is able to block it, so you see Crimsix all the way across the map, going to be coming up behind some players, but again, Optic Gaming with that early rotation, they do have that early control. However, Faze has been very good so far at breaking these setups.
Yeah, it's Clayster who's going to be the first one here for Faze Clan, just trying to play this off angle, catch Optic Gaming off guard. They're trying to both challenge him at the same time, but look at how much attention he's drawing over here, Chance. Optic Gaming sending 3 players to try to cut him down. Clayster gets the help of Enable and Attach, and it's another clean break for Faze. They're still up by 10, now 12-8. He's on a 3 streak. The guy is stepping up when his team needs him to.
Yeah, and right there you saw Clayster was timing his aggression perfectly. Picks up a kill, doesn't push for anything, waits for his team to help him out. And that's a clean 4 down. Optic Gaming just sprinting into those gunfights. Trying to push the holdback OG. Still, though, they are going to break through, if not just for the moment. And it actually looks like Attach is going to give up this scrap time just for a moment. Or he can challenge, but he's going to be running into quite a few players, and he is going to get his life taken.
If you are just tuning in for the first time this weekend, right before this event, patch goes out, an update to Throwback Hardpoint comes in. The Lime Hardpoint removed. We will now reset at middle map. At the end of the first rotation, we've got ourselves a 10-second game as Attach gets 2, rewinds and tries to challenge the third. He gets the help of Clayster there to clean him on up. Chance, biggest takeaway for you from this first rotation as we've got quite the close game?
Well, similar to what we saw when OG was playing E6 on the first hardpoint, they're doing everything right for the rotations, but they just can't hold any of their setups. They're just not winning the gunfights when they need to most. Of course, though, with those rotations, they're getting the early time, so still a very tight game, but you win that battle, got to make sure to pick up the kills. Meanwhile, Attach is doing just that, able to pick up 2, getting himself inside the hardpoint.
It's what you love to watch, man. 8 of the most individually talented players in the game in just one lobby. So even so far as Scump does get the better of Attach there. Immediately traded on out, though, by Faze as they look to get the scrap time. The silver lining for Optic Gaming fans, though, they already have control of this back market area. They have players inside Barn, but this is what you're talking about, Chance. These are the gunfights that OG have to win, and as we talk about it, they go 3 dead. The 4th player's been spotted. It's Scump all by himself trying to make a miraculous play. It won't work out. Optic Gaming spawn out yet again.
Well, we saw last time Faze was able to send 3 players through this lemon flank, and right now all 4 Optic Gaming members are actually going to be doing that, so going to see what they can pull off. Karma's able to win 1 god fight back, but then you just see Faze is able to slay them all out. Crimsix was the last alive and Attaches there, gets the call out from the teammate and cleans up the kill. Again, Optic Gaming, they're just trying to flood, and that only is going to work when you're winning all of your gunfights, and they are struggling for the moment.
You think back to when these teams battled it out so often in Advanced Warfare, it was Zuma and Attach, the duo, who made it possible for Faze to challenge Optic Gaming so many times. Right now, they're combined for a positive 9 scoreline in the slaying department. Faze with their largest lead of the game, now closing in on a full minute as Optic Gaming. All 4 players currently hovering around even slightly negative. They need someone to light the fire. Chance, who do you think it's going to be?
Well, Karma, he was the guy that had the hot hand against E6 for quite some time. Struggling to pick up that kill. Facer's able to take that one down, and that is an instant break. Now 60 points separate these 2 teams. That is a full hill's worth of time. And again, Faze still in control of this match.
And Zuma and Attach are still staying hot. You can hear the crowd now getting behind Faze. Optic Gaming fans are quiet in the venue. They know their team cannot hold a hard point for the life of them right now as Enable gets turned on by Scump. He returns the favor. It's another 3-piece at this underpass hard point. OG, they look to get the scrap time. If they get this chance, they'll be down by about 30 seconds. Faze, though, they have their eyes set at this baseball hard point. They have the back bathroom spawns, control of bowling as well. They want to try to shut the door on this next hill, Chance.
Yeah, and last time they had this baseball field hill, it took about 3 pushes before Optic Gaming was able to break through, and they were doing that from the blue side of things. Now, of course, they're going to be pushing from bowling. Still, though, Faze only has 2 players inside the hill. However, Enable's going to be able to pick up one. The camo's causing all sorts of problems. However, Crimsix is going to get traded out, so the camo not all too useful. However, you see from the blue spawns, Optic Gaming is able to come and retake control of this hill.
Camo used by both teams right there. Clayster still has his overdrive ability, but Optic Gaming got the break they need. But the question that has remained this entire map, how long can they hold for? Karma with 1, nearly gets the second. Not going to happen there. As Zuma is pinching in from this baseball side, it does appear Faze get another break. It's the same thing happening over and over. Optic, maybe they get a break, but they don't hold a chance for more than 10-15 seconds.
Well, both teams right there kind of struggled with blocking spawns, so they basically had a natural spawn to where they would be instantly pinching on the hill. Both Optic Gaming and Faze, we saw the same thing. Either way, though, Faze, they are going to get those final couple seconds of scrap time, and again, they have a decent-sized lead. However, Optic Gaming trying to do everything they can to make sure they get the rotation.
Faze currently outslaying by 13 kills. Chance, when Optic Gaming have looked best in hardpoint, it's because they're commanding the map. Right now, that is not the case. They need to change that up. Zuma looking to continue to carry this momentum. A two-piece for him there. Good play. Back on down. Save this reactive armor for a more important engagement. He wins the one-on-one as well. He cannot be stopped. 197 to 147, Faze in full control.
And if he's able to pick up another kill or two, he can use the reactive just to get streaks, not even just to break a hard point. Still 350 away, has another gunfight inside. Locked down nearly all of the time, just 250 away from the Chinny Rocket. Has a gunfight in front, doesn't pop the armor, and he is going to fall still, though, Faze with a very nice lead. I think that's a sign of a great player right there, though. Don't waste that reactive armor. Use it for a more important scenario. Clayster will actually use his overdrive to get in towards this Granny's house. He'll stay alive for the moment. Faze now within 41 seconds of winning this game. It's a full 1 minute lead still, as Optic Gaming's opportunities to come back in this game are dwindling. Faze are still doing every single thing right. Optic now pushing from field as they're getting desperate to get to this hard point. Well, they do have the pinch coming in on the hill, but again, they're not winning any of their gunfights. Scump is the closest one. You see Scrims is working on the pinch. Still, Faze ending this game. Optic Gaming, they need to get inside and at the very least contest, and that is exactly what's going to happen. But no, Attach is able to pick up two inside the hill. He just went on a... You saw right there, Zuma did pop that reactive armor to try to turn around and take down Snxw. Scump doing everything he can so far this game inside the objective. He's still staying alive, pops a reactive armor of his own. There's two, maybe the third as well. The king has come to life. As Scump wipes out three, he gets the scrap time, and now he's earning streaks of his own. Can this be the catalyst Optic Gaming need to mount the incredible comeback here in game number one? Folks, if you're just tuning in, this is the CWL Vegas Open. For the first time in 14 months, we see Faze Clan battle against Optic Gaming on the main stage. Right now, it's all Faze, but Scump is looking to take matters into his own hands as he's fully streaked out. Yeah, he's going to have to use those probably for the baseball field hill. Of course, though, Faze 12 points away from winning. It is going to be very... Attach had streaks of his own, by the way. Only able to pick up one, and OG still able to retain control of this hill. But again, these are the gunfights that matter most. Karma's able to pick up one. That second player back close is going for the challenge as well. Attach is going to win that one. And now Faze is inside. 10 seconds left, and the game is over. Optic, instead of being able to rotate, they have to push this hill. Zuma now within 5. Scump calls in the streaks. This might actually hurt his teammates from getting in. No, I do believe they get a body for a second. It's Clayster near this hard point. 247. Is anybody going to make it for Optic Gaming? It doesn't appear so. One player in. It is Scump that keeps them alive for just a brief moment. Oh my goodness, Chance. The stage is set. Optic need the best hold they have had in Infinite Warfare if they want to win this game. 248 to 205. It's absolutely possible, but they need the COD gods on their side. Well, Faze is taking their time to set up, but Scump is going to be able to call out all those players. Clayster, though, wins the first gunfight. Scump, with his streaks, able to pick up one. One player from Faze has been able to sneak around back. That's a gunfight going in favor of Optic Gaming. 25 points away, and they will make the comeback. Streaks being used perfectly by Scump. The first gunfight won again by the green wall. Scump turns around. He's got help from Snxw and crew. Is this going to happen, Chance? 248 to 235. Faze have one final push. Entry kill by Enable. Karma can't answer back. Zuma and crew storming on in. Faze have done it. 250 to 238. And oh my God, this series does not disappoint. The hype from Attach and crew as they know how important that map one was. What a game we just saw. That final push coordinated so efficiently. You saw all players spawning up on the blue side. They made sure the farthest guy back had time to get all the way up close, pushed it together. Snxw almost was able to hold the line, but it just was not enough. There's 2 points. So difficult to keep people outside of that hill. Scump was quiet for a part of that game, doing what he can inside the objective. He was -3, -4. At the end of that map,
finishes 39-30. The streaks come into play. Impressive stuff from him. One thing you've got to make note of, typically Maven, very confident to say Formal, the best Championship Sunday player. They're 23-35. They missed his slaying ability. As Optic were one push away from mounting an 80-second comeback in 3 hard points. Instead, it doesn't happen, and there's a look at Scump. He knows how close that one was. Still smiles, though, as these guys go ahead and get prepared for game number 2, Search and Destroy. So far this weekend, Scrims a .62 S&D KD. Can he step it up here to bring Optic Gaming back into this series?
I would certainly hope so, because we've seen it before. Optic Gaming, they've been losing the first hard point pretty consistently so far this tournament. I think they actually have a 50% win ratio in the game mode. So it's one of those things where they've been in this position every single time they've played so far, and they've made the comebacks very frequently. So again, Retaliation, S&D, it's going to be tough, but it's certainly doable.
Oh man, Greenwall fans, your team down 0-1 after Faze take the first hard point by 12 seconds. I'm loving what we're seeing so far from the teams this weekend, Chance. My favorite part is I still cannot call who's going to win this event. Later on today, we have Aches in the winner's bracket finals on MLG Primetime going up against Rise Nation. There is still so much Call of Duty to be played, folks. We hope you're enjoying the coverage of the CWL Vegas Open presented by the PS4. Chance, looking ahead, though, in this series, is this now a must-win map for Optic Gaming, or?
Yes, 100%. Okay. So talking to Clayster, he'll even come forward and say, like, our respawn game is amazing. Our S&D needs a little bit of, like, polishing work, right? It's not that they're bad at the game mode, but that is definitely their weakest point. So if Optic Gaming is going to strike, it has to be now. If you go down 2-0 in the series, again, you got 2 respawns going against an incredible team. I think you might give the edge to OG in the uplink, but even then, it's by an incredibly small margin, and we already saw how close the hard points are going to be. Yeah, this is no secret that Optic Gaming have struggled in hardpoint this weekend. They have not looked as dominant as they once were in the past. And I can tell you one thing for sure, FaZe Clan love the game mode. There's a look at the squad getting prepared for game number 2, Retaliation, Search, and Destroy. I would love to see a sniper battle between Formal and Clayster. Both players have brought it out this weekend, mainly on Scorch, Search, and Destroy. But there is absolutely play for it here on Retaliation with the long sight lines near Bridge, near that lower street area. Chance, predictions for this map itself. Who do you think is going to be the player to go off for Optic Gaming to bring them back into this? Karma in S&D last time around, I think he went 15-6. Now, it could be one of those things where he can continue that, or it can be another player to step up. And he kind of pointed out, Scrims with that .62 KD, I believe you said it was.
Yeah.
That's not going to cut it at all, especially not against a team like FaZe. So if anyone's going to step up for the team, at least you're looking at Crim.
Well, here we go, folks. Rig draft has begun, which means we will be getting into the action here momentarily. Share the stream. Enjoy the enhanced viewing experience on MLG.tv/COD. The new program now coming on out, more in-depth stats than ever before. It is time for game number 2, Retaliation, Search, and Destroy. Oh man, I am excited for some S&D. The most intense moments in Call of Duty history come from this game mode. Off the break, it will be Zuma, Clayster, Enable, and Attach on the offensive side of things. And you know, the man who was doing it all that first map, Zuma, I'm going to watch him off the break.
Well, and one of the nice things about the bomb change that actually came in with the patches, you see both bomb sites gone to quite often. You see FaZe right now, they're going to be leaning towards A. And for the moment, Optic Gaming has absolutely no one watching. However, you can see players have already cleared out B, and it looks like number 8 on the minimap, Karma, is already rotating back to potentially help his friend. But FaZe is playing incredibly passive.
The few times I've watched Optic Gaming on this map, that has been their break in round 1. They send 3 down the arch stairs on defense. They have 1 hold the top hotel hallway. They're not going to find anything this time around. Jammer comes in, which does hit Zuma, so Optic have some information. They know at least 1 player is here by Bridge. How do they elect to rotate on over? You see here on your minimap, all 4 green arrows moving on in for Optic Gaming. They're expecting this pressure as first blood has yet to be struck.
Yeah. FaZe right now is waiting for Optic to make a mistake. That's why they have entire map coverage instead of trying to get this bomb down. So that first blood is going to be key, because right now all of Optic's presence is where they need to be over by this bomb. Scrims nearly getting picked off as well, but still able to get just behind cover. Still, though, 24 seconds left. That bomb's got to go down soon.
And look, the time ticking down, which could favor either side, but it's almost like it's a clock winding down for Clayster to flank, and he misses a lot of shots there. 3 versus 3. Karma gets first blood. He's got the help of Scrims. I'm still watching to see if Clay can win this one. No! It's Scump that gets the better of him. 5 seconds remaining. There's no time for the objective to go down. OG. Patience pays off as they take that round and go up 1-0.
I mean, it really is just a great decision not to send anybody on the flank. You want to take these gunfights as a team, making sure you can trade them out. And again, you saw the setup from Faze. They were waiting for someone from Optic Gaming to push, and it just did not happen. And then they just didn't have enough time. They had to make something happen, and they just came up short. So saw one strategy in the books. We're going to see what OG decides to try and do on offense. Looks like they're going towards B.
We touched on how Crimsic struggled so far in the game mode this weekend. Currently 2-0, and Optic, they know the nade spots toward those arch stairs. They don't actually get anybody this time around. Karma will be the first one to challenge. He's got the help of Formal there, but it's Zuma striking first blood. All 3 kills for Faze coming from this one. Man, there's the 4th as well. Tommy Papa lights out here in game 2.
Feeling confident as well. Has 2 players trapped in bike shot. Notice they're both there. Glacier's able to clean one up, so Scump is going to be trapped in. Gunfight comes out on top. Scump, there's just not much he can do in that situation. So Faze getting back on the board, all because of that first blood from none other than Zuma.
Look at the amount of hits it took to kill him. 8 bullets spread across Attach, Enable, and then finally Clayster to close that one out 1-1. So far, the defensive side has been the winning side on Retaliation, Search and Destroy. Back on over to Faze, who are on offense. And you saw Clayster in that final kill cam with the 2 kills to close it on out. We'll watch him off the break to see how he holds off this lower street push.
Seems to be pretty much what we saw in the first time around. Very slow play in Optic Gaming, as you pointed out. Pretty much the exact same strat. Flooding 3 people out towards B, gonna back at least one of those players up. So again, just waiting for someone to make a mistake. Now that being said, the A bomb plan is gonna be open as Clayster is gonna fall on that flanking. That might be just enough motivation to not try and get this bomb down. Faze is gonna need to get some picks.
Scump has had some great challenges with that OSA so far this map, getting up close and personal. The NV4 didn't stand a chance, but look, good Attach and Crew trying to flank this curve side. Does get shots into 1. 3 versus 2 now for Optic Gaming, making it 2v2 as there's no trade for Scump, so the 4v2 number advantage Optic Gaming had has now been eliminated, and that's going to force him to play from some awkward engagements. The objective has been planted. How does Attach play this one? He's going all the way across the map.
Yeah, Optic Gaming is going to have no clue where Attach is. So Enable's by himself. He's giving away his position. He's actually going to be pinched in just a little bit. So Attach is going to need to come help. See, Enable is going to fall, but still Attach's position is not known, and he is in the best spot possible to clutch this 1v2. He is going to get spotted, though, and Formal's going to waste no time. Shot coming in. Crimsic. Letting him know.
You know, the bags may have been retired, but there's a new way to let your opponents know you're saying hello. That's the salute. Crimsic, he hasn't shown emotion since he was constructed in a warehouse at birth. And Formal with precise shots wins Optic Gaming that round. I love a little banter, don't you, Chance?
A lot of banter, honestly.
Yes.
Great.
The more the merrier.
Be delightful to see. Salute feature. Pretty nice as well. Still, though, Faze been nothing but defensive-sided wins, so they're going to be looking to tie this one up at 2-2. Optic Gaming going to be going back towards this B side, but Faze is going to meet them right there. There's going to be a lot of gunfights going down. If anyone decides to challenge, players sliding across, getting aggressive as well. Karma's going to try and go to bedroom. He's going to get shot in the back, and no one's going to be there for the instant trade. However, they at least know where Zuma is.
I don't think they saw Zuma cross, so they had no idea he was playing under the scaffolding side. Karma tries to make the hero play. Doesn't work out this time around. High risk, high reward. Zuma basically gets gifted a kill there with Enable. 4 versus 2. Formal trying to even the numbers back out. Scump and Formal, the T2P duo. Seeing if they can convert their first offensive round of the game across the map. Is Formal possibly about to get in an engagement here? 2 versus 2. Formal now double positive, and look at the rotation it's now prompted. Did Scump see it? It doesn't appear so, as on your minimap, Faze players just trying to move together while Optic Gaming have to focus on the objective.
Well, Optic Gaming being very patient right now. They only have 30 seconds, and it looks like they're going to rotate into the rotation. So Faze is 1 step ahead for the moment, but it's going to come down to those gunfights. Formal's going to have a player right in front of him. Looks like Clayster's able to get that one. Scump there is there for the trade. 1v1 Scump with the Osa comes out on top. Is it T2P? I think it is.
Oh, Chance, you're making me excited, my friend. Here's it is from Scump's perspective. Perfect shots to get the 2-piece. Optic Gaming clutch the 2v4. Those are rounds you cannot give away if you're Faze Clan here on Championship Sunday.
Especially because that's the first offensive win we've seen so far. So Optic Gaming, again, looking very strong to tie up this series, but they have a long way to go. Faze have been playing very passively on offense so far, and it looks like they're going to be mixing the strats up. Heading mid-map, nice little spread. They have a player on top, Plaque. Zuma able to get the first blood. That's like his 3rd or 4th one, and all of that kill feed is red on the left side. Formal in the 1v4. He might be able to pick up one, but he's surely going to get traded out. He doesn't even get that.
That was easy for Faze. Optic have done the same thing on defense 3 times in a row. So Faze, instead of sending players to focus towards that top bridge area, say, we will beat you at your own game. They send 4 towards bridge. They storm out the area, or sorry, 4 towards arch, storm out the area, wipe Optic Gaming off the map. Beautiful response from Faze. And OG, they're now beginning to understand, okay, Faze are adapting to what we're doing. I expect the next defense for Optic to be set up completely different.
Well, a problem right now Optic is going to have is how many first bloods has Zuma got? Like, that's what he's, like, built his reputation off in Search and Destroy. He's magical with that, and he's been consistent with it. This time, though, it is going to be Formal that strikes first. Zuma's going to go for the trade, and Snxw is going to be there. The bait and switch coming in from Optic. Attached, though, it's going to even up the odds just a little bit. Oh. We saw a 2v3 clutch earlier from the Optic Gaming boys. Can Faze do the same? Well, Attached is going to fall on Naval. It's a very difficult situation. This looks like to be a round for Optic.
Naval. What can he do from this spot? 3 of the best players in the history of Call of Duty alive against him. He's going to go ahead and check that top angle near patio. 30 seconds remaining. Remember, in competitive, it is a 7.5 second defuse. There's the first blood and no trade. Scump and Formal both still alive as they're going to begin the rotation towards this bottom bike area. Naval sees one, but not going to happen. Optic Gaming close the door, now up 4-2.
Yeah, and the primary goal in a situation like that is just to try and get as many kills as possible. And if the opponent makes mistakes, then you actually try and clutch the 1v3. So you saw he was taking his time, checking his corners. It's just a tough situation to go in from the get-go. Either way, though, Optic Gaming, they've won the only offensive round so far, and they're looking to do the exact same.
If you're just tuning in, game 1 was close down to the wire, 250 to 238 for Faze. Now, Faze are on the back foot, though, having to fight from 2 rounds behind. And Chance, what did I say? Next defense, Optic going to change things up. It's exactly what they do. The arch strat no longer working, so they'll put a little bit more focus towards this top patio side.
Well, they're going to have 2 players up there right now. A lot of shots exchanging as well. Now, this bomb can likely get planted. There's still going to be a player for Optic creeping around top bedroom. That's going to be Scump. Placer, though, he's going to be the player supporting his teammate. Looks like they're going to be potentially going for this before they get this bomb down. Scump, though, able to get the first blood on none other than Zuma. Scump's going to get the second as well. Not going to get traded out. Formal's in a tough spot, but he's got the help from his teammates. Attached, though, he's able to pick up Karma on the exchange. Placer's going to be able to pick up Snxw, and this quickly turns into a 2 versus 2.
Listen, every single kill here is where I'm thinking action's going to develop. It doesn't wind up happening. 2v4 potentially for the side of Faze as they're trying to match Optic Gaming. What can Scump do? Look at what he's got to use, though, folks. That payload ability, the perfect one for this scenario. Did he get spotted in top bedroom? I don't believe so. 20 seconds left. He's going to choose a site to go to, and, well, we know more than they do. That is not the right one. Scump against Attach and Clayster. The world champions back in Advanced Warfare against arguably the best ever in Call of Duty. Scump challenges first. The OSA from this range, not what you want to have. He knows he's got to go from a different angle as he'll go ahead, back up, regen his health, and challenge again.
Well, I'm not sure if Faze knows he has reactive either. If he could get close to him and challenge, he could easily get that 2-piece because, again, those players are just bunching up. Still, though, he does not have really nearly enough time to be able to pull this off. He's just trying to go for the pick, so not really going to see a round win out of this. But, again, just wants to stay alive, not give the opponent too much. So looks like Faze is going to be able to come out on top.
If you saw right there, Faze never gave Scump an opportunity to take a one-on-one gunfight. There was always a second player challenging. And while that's about a minute of Scump staying alive, actually Clay does kill him in the end. And there you see the hype from Clayster. He is locked in and focused. As Faze, they want this 2-0 series lead chance, but it's not going to be easy. Optic still have the round lead.
They're going to have to continue it now. It's been said in the past that once you get to 4 rounds in Search and Destroy, that's where things really get difficult if you're the team that is behind. So again, Optic Gaming still favored. Got to win an offensive round, though. Really put the stamp on it.
Scump 7-4. He's been carrying the objective for Optic Gaming all weekend in Search and Destroy. And here's your mini map. Look at what Faze are doing. It is time for a change of pace. And there's going to be one player in the back ready for this for Optic Gaming. Does Crim expect this pressure? They haven't seen anything at B, so they've got to know something's up.
Well, Crim's going to spot at least one player. I'm not sure he's aware there's a player all the way in the back. Shots are going to go down. He's able to stay alive for just a moment. The player's going to challenge the attach. Able to clean that one up. The 4-man flank is successful. Still, though, 2v4. And you see, yep, Clayster, he was waiting for the rotation the entire time. Saw both those players cross. You can see he's waiting for those red arrows to come up with him. He's not challenging. He's doing the smart thing. His teammates are there, gives his position away, but Attach cleans up one. The other's going to fall shortly after. Perfect search and destroy right there from the Faze clan.
I've got to clap it up for that. That is one of the best rounds of defensive search and destroy I have seen on Retaliation. Optic played right into the hand of Faze, and now we've got ourselves a tied game, folks. Going into round number 9, Optic Gaming, they've given up 3 in a row as they've got to regain their control on the map. Clayster with this overdrive, and uh-oh, folks. It is about to get juicy. Clayster wants to make the impact. Oh, doesn't spot the first one there. Another player challenging as they'll back up. They see the light of that sniper scope and do not want to challenge at all.
That would be a pretty key giveaway. You can see, though, 2 players have pushed up over towards that flat area. So Faze does have pretty good positioning as well for being on offense. Scump, though, again, it's going to be Zuma that falls as well. Formal, though, loses the gunfight to Attach from that close range. Also a little bit too good. You can see exactly what Clayster's game plan is. Someone at some point will challenge Bedroom. He's going to be ready for it, or he's not going to be ready for it. Gets the worst possible timing. Attach, though, is able to pick up a kill.
2 versus 1. Clayster and Enable up against Karma. Karma going to check towards this low side. Has he been spotted? Doesn't make it a 1v1 as of yet. The player actually gets out with his life. It's a worst case scenario. 1-on-1. Active camo gets used, though. Beautifully read by Enable. Those payload abilities coming into play in the end. We'll see it again from Enable's perspective. He gets out with his life. Reads it like a book. Karma did have rewind, but when you can't see the player, you don't know it's time to use it. 5-4. Faze now 1 round away from going up 2-0.
And that's rough, too. He was a bullet away from being able to get that clutch. Either way, though, backs against the wall. Optic Gaming already down 1-0 in the series. Obviously, a must-win round. Looks like they're going back to B. So far, though, Faze, they get aggressive by this B bomb side on defense, and they've seen quite a bit of success.
Already 1 payload used. That's going to be Attached, getting out with his life for the moment. Crimsix with first blood. It's exactly what Optic Gaming need. And look, it's pushed Faze back. This objective now opened on up. Do Optic Gaming read it correctly? They do. Scump will go ahead and plant it. He'll earn that reactive armor for this round if needed. Optic Gaming just need to play this one the way they know how to close this round on out. Formal, probably going to be the first one to get into engagement here as he's going to get called to his teammates that he needs help. 3v2 now.
Well, really, if you're Optic Gaming, you want this round win without burning any of those payloads as well. So you want the cleanest round you possibly can. Karma's able to pick up a kill, and it looks like it's just going to be that 1v3. Clayster's able to get one. He's going to get traded out for the second. So we're going to round 11. Could you ask for anything more? A 4-point game or something like that in the hard pointer. I think it was 12, actually. And now round 11 in the S&D. And again, you got to keep an eye on those payloads.
Vegas is waking up, folks in the venue. If you're ready for this round 11, make some noise. Oh boy, it's Faze on offense. What do they try to do? Is there another trick up their sleeve? And oh no, this one's going to go quick. It's an overdrive right away from Clayster, and he's realizing Optic Gaming are here. It's somehow 2 kills for Faze. Crim answers with one of his own. Optic Gaming in the 2 versus 3. They're going to back on up. Karma will challenge. 2 versus 2. There's one player just on the other side. Crimsix gets the kill as well. It's a 1v2. Clayster by himself. He's pinned in the corner. 1-on-1. Karma gets the kill. And look at Scump in the camera's face. Optic Gaming, no, the shot call works out. Woo-hoo-hoo! This rivalry makes me happy to be an American.
Oh, God, that poor cameraman. He just doesn't deserve it, man. Scump is getting hyped.
Do we have a wipe for that lens? I think he spit on it a little bit, or is that me?
And he's jacked, too. Like, you got a buff Scump flexing and screaming, getting excited, tying up this series at 1-1. And what a play at the end to finish it as well. The play call from Faze, for a moment, worked beautifully. The aggression with the overdrive comes in. They get the first 2 kills, and Scump doesn't even get that kinetic off. Karma and Crimsix, though, the 2v4 clutch. We saw quite a few clutches that game, and that's what matters most. We needed Crimsix to step up. He did exactly that, and again, Karma continuing his impressive performance on Championship Sunday.
This series so far living up to what we want to see, because you think of that hard point, 1 push, the difference for Optic Gaming winning and losing that map. Faze take it by 12 seconds overall. Then in the search and destroy, 1 kill is the difference as Faze dropped that one 5-6. Optic Gaming clutch up, led by Scump's 9-7 2-plant performance. Oh, buckle in, folks. We've got ourselves a long series ahead. Up next is going to be Throwback Uplink. If we do get to that fifth map, it will be Scorch, Search, and Destroy. Breakout Hardpoint will be the second hardpoint in this game. Chance, I've got a smile on my face, my friend. This has been so much fun to cast.
Yeah, I'm just happy we're going to see a guaranteed another hardpoint.
Yes.
Again, that 250 to 238, as close as could possibly be. I want another barn burner like that.
Guys, I want to see how you're all watching at home. There's so many people here in the venue. Tweet out pictures, use the hashtag MLG Vegas, spread the love, tweet out the stream, get people in here. It's Faze versus Optic, 14 months since the last time this match has happened on the main stage. Chance, we have ourselves a tied series going into Uplink. Where do you see this one going from here?
Again, you have to predict it's just going to be a close game. I said it earlier, I think Optic Gaming has a slight edge, ever so slight, but again, that's the difference of a one-point throw getting intercepted and just barely slipping through the cracks.
Oh, man, I don't even know where to call this because I have seen both of these teams force the spawns out of their opponent on this map and absolutely slaughter them, especially when scoring on that back baseball side. Once they force them out towards that blue area, Faze specifically earlier this weekend, Enable knows how to read this setup. He pushed all the way back towards Barn, let the opponents run to him, no overextension work, and Faze scored dunk after dunk. Optic Gaming, though, coming into this, Uplink for me, it's the game mode that they won against E6 to really get themselves that series lead. I think they have what it takes in this one. Either way, as you mentioned, excited to see this second hardpoint. As we know, it will go at least that far in the series, potentially a Game 5 ahead.
So who are your players to watch them from either team? Because again, it's as close as could possibly. We've seen different players have different moments of highlights as well. So who do you have your eye on?
For me, it's Formal versus Clayster. Both of these guys actually in that first hardpoint were very quiet. If you remember, Clayster was like 8 and 15 off the break. Formal finishes 23 and 35. Two of the best ARs in the history of Call of Duty. Their impact not felt in that first hardpoint. Want to see it now brought out in this game number 3. It's going to be Throwback Uplink. And we saw Optic earlier this weekend, actually on this map too, with perfect one-point throws. They hit 5 inside number 1. They then dunked 3 times inside 2. Here we go, baby. Game number 3, Uplink on Throwback. Faze Clan versus Optic Gaming. Christmas came early this time around. Finally, it is here. Chance, who are we watching off the break?
Either Formal or Clayster, you get a pick on this one. But again, that's the age-old question as well. Back even in Advanced Warfare, the debate was always who is the best AR in the game. And as you said, 14 months, we've had to wait to finally get our answer. We might be able to find out here. And it looks like kicking it off with Formal on Uplink.
They're going to go ahead and push right on through this granny side. Yeah, crowd, you can get into it. It's game number 3, Throwback Uplink, first blood for Zuma, attached with one of his own as well, as already Optic Gaming are feeling the pressure.
Well, Optic Gaming, they do have the opportunity on this side to play a little bit passive and try to slow the game down as much as possible. Still though, Faze, they are heating up. That's going to be nearly 4 down. It is going to be Scump this last one up, and he wins the necessary gunfight. So, again, aggressive so far coming from Faze, but OG, nice little defensive stand.
Yeah, there was a team kill in there that actually backfired for Faze as players stacked up in front of each other. A little miscommunication. As Optic Gaming will just push right out towards that bottom granny side, retake some control of the map. That's the key. You want bike path held for your team. That's what Optic tried to do, but Faze do win the gunfights, and that will prompt Enable to fly right on up the map as he wants to be the one to lead this drone pressure. Attached now with the objective, going for the first potential point of the game.
Oh, got to get the beat down as well. Has a couple players in front of him, and he's not going to be able to get that off in time. Now, you get in a situation like that, you have a couple options. You can throw that drone just straight over Grandma's, get a one-point toss with like perfect coverage. You do run the risk of players being able to intercept the drone, though. So you see him trying to force the issue. However, it does not get any points. So again, 2 defensive stands we've seen from Optic Gaming. First time really we've seen him on the attack. Zuma's causing problems, doesn't finish the gunfight in time, so he is going to get traded. Optic Gaming still putting pressure towards bowling.
And this is a sign from Faze that they've studied up on this map. You can see they're trying to push through bowling, get control of bus. It's not working for them right now. Optic do botch the one-point throw, so no 1-0 lead. There's only one player here, which will be Formal, to try to convert this score, but with everybody from Faze pinching in, not going to happen. So I did commend Optic Gaming on good throws earlier on this weekend. This time around, though, they missed their first opportunity.
Got to be able to do them from both sides. And again, if it's going to be a close game, every point obviously matters. Still, though, 3 minutes left. We got a lot of uplink to play. We can already see Scump so far is playing pretty aggressively in his opponent's space, but players spread all over this map, just trying to get some semblance of control. Scump's going to be able to pick up his second kill on this streak. Going to have a player coming up to his side as well. Going to get the third, and that's the clearance that Optic Gaming needs.
And they know where the final player is as well. Scump is trying to chase him down. Challenges, gets the kill. Double positive, 10 and 5, and they're looking for more. Optic Gaming now moving up with the drone. It's 2 more dead on Faze. Make it 3. Crim6 with the dunk. Optic Gaming in the lead, and he's looking for more.
And this is a huge play from Crim. If he can just stay alive and cause problems, that's going to allow his teammates to push up all the way from mid-map, though Enable is going to be able to take him down. So going to be back to that 50-50 standoff, but nice early points coming from OG.
Love the setup by Optic because Crim stays alive, as you mentioned, Chance. Didn't let Faze get that map control. So instead of Faze looking for a counterplay, they're now having to fight for mid-map positioning, which is not ideal at all. Scump is pushed all the way through, and oh no! Turns and burns on the Clayster. There's more as well. 3 dead again for Faze. Formal with the green light to grab the drone and go. They do actually drop it, so it's Scump by himself here. He's got some help coming from Karma. Still a score opportunity is possible. Karma with the help of 1. They're trying to sneak it through, but Attach shoots right through 2 players to stop that pressure. Beautiful stuff from him.
Man, Scump is back, though. I'll tell you, 14 and 7. That OSA is a huge game changer going for him. Of course, on the flip side of things, we already know Faze going to be pretty comfortable as well. Attach going to be rocking this drone. You see playing very passively. There's actually a player on the flank right now. Crim6 is behind. Quite a few. He's going to be able to clean up Attach. That drone, though, not going to get reset just yet.
I don't think they were ready for Crim to be that close on the flank. Thankfully for Faze, the remaining players do stop the Optic Gaming push. Scump is a different player in respawn game modes when he can use that OSA. 15 and 8, leading the lobby by 4 kills in the slaying department, as he'll go ahead, rotate towards middle map as we're in our final minute of the first side of Uplink on throwback.
Well, Faze right now has that mid-map control. Again, Optic Gaming, they can play passively, they can slow the pacing down. They're doing just that. They're able to pick up 2 kills as well. Attach just trade out Scump, and now you see those green arrows starting to push up towards mid-map. Again, just for some control.
So much strategy around this game mode. Beautiful stuff by Clay to call it out to Attach. He gets the help he needs, but again, Optic, this is what's been working for them so far this series. Every time there's some map positioning earned, it seems like someone gets the 2-piece they need for their team. This time around, though, Clayster and Attach trying to make this 2v3 push happen. They've now got their teammates off respawn. 20 seconds left. Faze, they want to at least get 1 point before this side ends, but everybody that's lead blocking now dead. Optic Gaming look to get the stop as it's looking like we're going to go into the half with a 2-0 lead for the green wall.
Yeah, 10 seconds left. We got a couple players that are nearing their payloads. No one, though, anywhere near some streaks. So really the question now is just, no, not enough time to hit the 1 point toss. The question now is going to be whether or not that 1 dunk that Optic Gaming was able to get, if that's going to be enough to hold off Faze going to this side. Because if you think about it, Optic Gaming had them, spawn trapped essentially at blue multiple times, just pinned down in the back of baseball field. They just could not convert many, many points.
On this map, many people regard it as more of an even map between the 2 sides, but I would say this weekend I've seen most points scored by the side Faze is now attacking on. So this game not over at all. Maybe just finding a way to shut down Scump could be the difference in this map being a win or a loss for Faze Clan. If you're just tuning in, Game 1 was decided by 12 seconds, which gave Faze the win there. Game 2, 1 kill in round 11. Gave Optic Gaming the green light to take that victory. So close, so evenly matched. It's living up to the hype this series as Faze do get 3 dead. Now they have to push up the map. Formal just trying to buy time for his teammates to come off spawn, and I do think he's done just that.
Well, the pressure coming all around this bridge side of things. Scump's going to be underside. Able to pick up 1 Clayster, though, there for the trade. And again, we talked about that passive play. Optic Gaming is continuing it. They just don't want to make any mistakes. No one's trying to get over-aggressive and do anything by themselves. No hero plays coming in. They're all just hanging around their base and doing whatever they can to win these gunfights. Faze, though, looks like they're going to be on the aggression. 3 down in their favor.
And look, Karma knows he's got to get closer towards this bowling side. They need to put pressure on Bus. The first player challenges. He's trying to get the shots in with the help of his teammates. They do stop it for the moment. Has the final player been spotted? It's Zuma trying to go for the flank. All dead on Faze. Optic hold. And Faze remains scoreless after 6 minutes of gameplay.
Optic Gaming, this is what they love to do. Once they get this drone by Lemon, they all died in Faze, apparently. So Crim6, though, is going to be able to pick up 2. He's going to get the 3rd as well. Zuma not able to get the trade. Crim might be able to do this all himself. Goes for the 1 point toss, gets it off. but not quite in the right direction. So no 1 point toss. He stayed alive, though, for a long time, and at least he's bought his team some time to push up. So that drone's still in a hot spot. All the kills coming in. Karma's able to pick up 2, and that's going to be a dunk, all because of Crimsix picking up 3 and then missing a 1 point shot.
Grim with the play of the game right there, but don't get too excited, Optic fans. It's now Faze who have finally cleared out middle. They're going to move up with this drone. Zuma with the objective in hand. Attach gets the first kill for his team. Zuma settles for the 1, though. Did not feel safe as Optic Gaming do take control of their base. They stop the bleeding. Not enough, in my opinion, for Faze right there.
Yeah, that's a very big stop from Optic Gaming. Again, the 1 point toss does come in, but no big deal. Now, Optic, the clock is definitely going to be their best friend in this situation. Again, we've seen some passive play. Again, no one getting aggressive. They're all just hanging out, waiting for Faze to push into them so they can take the advantageous gunfights. Though, Zuma is able to pick up 1 while Enable goes on the fight, picks up 2, clean 4 down. This might be spawn trap.
And this is where the play comes in. Faze are going to rush forward at least 1 dunk, and now the Optic Gaming lead could disappear right in front of our eyes. 30 seconds is all they need. 4 dead again on the green wall. Faze have the setup they want, and they look to tie up this game or take the lead.
Oh, this is bad news all over it. Attach actually kind of let one player slip past him. He's going to panic punch as well. Still that drone in a precarious spot. He's going to be going for the 2 point play. Not going to connect. Crim coming up big once again, and Scump finishes that final kill on Enable, clearing out the base. So a little bit of greed coming in there, trying to force that 2 point play. It might come back to haunt them.
Crim is the hero of Optic Gaming on this map right now. Stops the score earlier on, gave them the ability to go for that dunk after the 3-piece, and now with him having Optic camo, that's not a thing, active camo, he'll go ahead, try to stay alive, middle map, another base clear. 90 seconds remaining, 1 point the difference. Camo available for both teams, and chance from what we've seen this weekend, that could be the difference maker on a map win or loss.
Well, last time around, Faze with a flank by Enable was able to pick up 2, and that kind of ruined the setup Optic had. Of course, this time, no one got sent on the flank, and Optic is able to clear out the side. So again, we're back to this 50-50 situation. 1:12 left to go. And again, those payloads are going to be ever important. Enable's got his as well.
Optic trying to hold on to this narrow lead. Attach the furthest pushed up. Optic just trying to move the drone forward. Faze need middle map pressure now more than ever. They do get a couple kills. 57 seconds left. Enable with the objective. He'll throw it up himself. As Faze know they need bowling control, but Optic keeps shutting it down.
Again, that passive play, they're hanging back. The perfect strategy so far. Still, though, Glacier is going to be looking to capitalize. It's going to be a little bit sneaky, letting that drone go past, but Formal doesn't care. Wins the gunfight. Zoom Enable coming out on top for the moment, but still, that drone is in a bad spot for Faze. Time is not on their side, and they are not winning gunfights as much as they need to.
And because there's no map pressure from Faze, everyone on Optic spawning where they want to, but you know what? Clayster says it's time to throw the audible. They go for the field push. Clayster still has overdrive. It's absolutely possible for them to still get a score. Opening kill there for Enable. He gets the 2-piece. Crimsix trying to hold again. It's an overdrive push. 4 dead on Optic Gaming. Faze begin to run. 9 seconds left. Do they go for the win? It can be the dunk. Oh my God! Oh my God! Faze win it in the final moments.
Impressive stuff coming out of the Red Rebellion, or whatever their team name is. Impressive plays at the end. The overdrive coming in clutch. All 4 players on the map setting up for that push, and with 3 seconds left, that dunk comes in across. The boldest play they can make. Stop trying to push straight up mid-map. Let's go for the wrap, and it worked to a T.
I'm out of breath. I'm out of breath. The closest series I think I've ever casted. 12 seconds in hardpoint. 1 kill in search and destroy. And 1 point in uplink with 3 seconds left.
It's good Call of Duty.
If you're not entertained, I don't know what's wrong with you. Faze take the lead, and we go back to another hard point, which is where Faze got their first map win earlier on in this series. Wow. Wow. Remember, guys, this is the loser of this series gets eliminated.
Yes.
No words there, Chance.
Well, the winner is going to go to top 4. Obviously, it's an incredibly important matchup. 14 months coming. This is going to answer so many questions. And imagine the smack talk that's going to come after this, the bragging rights that each side is going to be fiending for the entire time. And again, hardpoint, 12-point game we saw the first time around. Personally, I hope Optic Gaming wins this because I want to see a Game 5. I would love nothing more than another Round 11 Game 5. It would be the perfect ending to the series that we've been wanting for so long. You just couldn't ask for more.
It would only be right. This series so far has not let us down at all. What are Optic players' thoughts right now? They had the lead. They were holding it for 9 minutes and 50 seconds on that map, and then they drop it in the end. So far, this series has been sick, but I know our analysts want to bring some things up. Maven, take it away.
I'm here with Looney. Okay, so I was actually late to get over the interview. The reason they were filling so long is because I was losing my mind to this matchup here. We saw the tail end of it. These games have been so close. Who's going to take this, man?
I think Faze. I think Faze is just like riding on this momentum. I mean, the S&D last map was kind of a blind counter, which is pretty fun to watch. You know, Clay overdrove. It's just unfortunate they lost that last 1v1. But them clutching up this uplink and winning that first hardpoint, I think they're feeling nice, and they're going to clutch it up on this hardpoint.
Well, what's interesting is to think about the fact that if you're Optic, you may have a chance to take this, and it's going to come down to search and destroy. When you're thinking back to Black Ops 3 at Champs, where they couldn't buy an S&D win, that's sort of been their bread and butter down the stretch here today. But you think it's going to close in the hard point. What is it about this Faze team that's made them so strong?
Just their new mindset coming into this game. You know, they had a disappointing Black Ops 3 year. They came out, they didn't care if like Envy or Optic weren't at PSX. They just wanted to win, get back to being the top, and they're here to win. And they have that like confidence against Optic. We've never lost home on land, so I think they're really here to prove that they're one of the best teams in the world again.
Yeah, it was something like 455 days since they last played. They're 4-0 against Optic with these rosters. They continue to shut down the green wall, but it's not over yet. Now, I want to talk a little bit about your series here first, though. You're going to be going up against Cloud9 in the Winners Bracket Final. How you feeling going into this? How do you feel about the particular matchup with Cloud9?
I think my 3 teammates, new teammates, they played him at Champs, and apparently Yuli had the series of his life against Cloud9, so I know Cloud9's looking for revenge on them 3 players, so we just had to play our game. I know Cloud9's just been straight winning Game 5, so we got, like I said last night, we have to close them out early. Don't let it get to Game 5. Don't let that X factor in Game 5 come to play.
All right, man, well, good luck as you get in the Winners Bracket Final. Already guaranteed top 3, but it's back to Faze and Optic. Let's get back to the desk. Ben, take it away.
Thanks very much, Maven. Wow, what a series so far. We said we were excited for it. Hasn't disappointed so far. First thing I want to mention, I feel like I'm watching Scump from like 2013. It seems like a different player, a player that we haven't really seen in the past couple of years. Very energetic. He's getting up. I mean, looks at the camera, Faze up after the map too. I mean, where has this Seth been hiding?
I just don't think he was very confident in himself the past few days of the tournament, and then he comes out today. He sort of learned what he needed to do last night, and he's turned it around today.
Okay. Teep, I mean, how do you stop a player like that? I mean, you've teamed with him, obviously, you know all too well as well yourself, but how do you put a stop to a player who's just being that explosive?
It's really just weathering the storm, to be honest, and Faze is doing a great job of doing that. You know, all these game types have been back and forth battles, brute force battles on the strong side of the map, and Faze just needs that one play, wait for their opportune situation, and take complete advantage of it.
We go all the way back to map number 1 of the series. It was Faze in full control of the hard point, and then all of a sudden we kind of all looked at each other and we went, oh, hold on. Optics, they're starting to make a little bit of a comeback here. Like, what went wrong with that comeback? Because it looked for a minute as if they may actually do it.
I mean, Faze just got together. I mean, so when you're sort of in those situations, you sort of freak yourself out sometimes. Maybe people don't group up. You know, you're just like, crap, we could blow this lead. Right. But they were just disciplined. They got together on that blue side of that baseball field hill, and they were able to put those kills together, and that's just what you have to do.
And then talking a little bit about the search and destroy, of course, Optic, they bounced back in that one, TP. What were some of the key moments for you in that one?
I just want to talk about that round 11.
Round 11? Okay, I figured that's where you wanted to go.
Really the balls on these guys, that play call, round 11, just to overdrive up that A street, and the fact that Clay was able to get that first kill. They follow up with another, but they don't watch that wall run. Whatever player lost that gunfight to Crim really let everything crumble, and then Karma was playing aggressive on the street as well because he had rewind, so the payload ability is coming in very clutch in that sort of situation. But the fact that, you know, Crim was able to open that up for Karma to get that clutch, great place.
Very good reaction from Optic. An interesting kind of point that we noticed, you had Scump and Zuma both with reactor. Of course, they couldn't use it yet. They needed to get a couple of points before they were able to. was that maybe the right play call, Merc, in your opinion, for Clay to say, hey, let's just be aggressive? Could you say, all right, let's see if we can get that reactive first and maybe make a play around?
His overdrive play sort of, it worked out. He got first blood, they got position on the bridge. I mean, it's hard to say because Optic had reactive armor as well.
Right.
And it didn't get in play. But like Teep sort of said, once Snxw was stuck in that corner, Faze had to jump on it, but they just weren't able to capitalize on that kill.
Then, of course, we head over to a map number 3. Just unbelievably close. I mean, the green wall was quite literally a wall. Faze just putting so much aggression, they just couldn't break through, Merc. Finally, though, at the end, we see a bit of an audible called by Faze.
Yeah, and it just took one time. They got into the base, they got those 3 points, and then we were talking about it. They got onto that bridge, and this is where they did. They said, screw it, let's go to the left street. And Faze, they knew they had camo. I believe they also had overdrive. And you'll see Enable picks up a huge 2-piece. Placer picks this up, and then they just get this trades, and then look at, he takes this, and this was a ballsy play to me. I thought as soon as he saw his teammate get shot, I thought he was going to just throw a 1.
Hey, man, in it to win it, right? I mean, there, of course, you see Clay get loud as well, and that's what's so beautiful to watch, I think, if you're inside the venue, is you have Clay closest to Optic Gaming, you have Scump closest to Faze, and these two are there just looking back and forth at each other, getting loud there. Of course, you saw Clay get up off his seat, really get the crowd going. A big crowd support here for Faze and, of course, Optic Gaming. But here, a look at our map set, of course, 2-1 in favor of Faze. Teep, breakout hard point. How does this one go, in your opinion?
To be quite honest, Optic haven't looked too good on Breakout. These longer range maps haven't really paid off for Scump especially, so he needs to be the one that continues these dominant performances on this one and keep the energy flowing. The biggest thing, though, is we talked about before this series started was the Clayster versus Formal battle.
Right.
Who's really winning that? It's tough to say, but I feel like Clay is making more impactful plays, especially with overdrive.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. And then we look at this rig draft, and well, just your default matchups. Yep. Again, sometimes Clayster goes with that Centurion, but looking at this breakout hardpoint, Ben, it's a huge toss-up. I mean, Optic just really hasn't looked good on any other hardpoints besides Throwback.
I personally really want to see Game 5, though. It's been just unbelievably close games here on Championship Sunday. Without further ado, we can throw it back to our casters for Faze versus Optic Gaming.
Ben, I can promise you one thing, we both want a Game 5 as well. I'm sure many Optic Gaming fans do too, but the last time we saw FaZe Clan play this map, they went up against the European powerhouse team in Splice. They beat them 250-22. Can Optic Gaming fare better? We'll have to find out.
Well, it's painful to hear as well because you heard the analysts talking about it. Optic can play hardpoint, but the best thing is really just Throwback, and after that, they've been struggling. So not only is it a map that doesn't necessarily favor Optic Gaming, but FaZe is fantastic at it. Either way, though, been a close series so far, and at the end of the day, you have to win each individual map. Gonna see what we can do going on board with Scump.
Scump gonna push right up into loading with this OSA. Faze off the break, the first couple kills with the new change of this hardpoint. The top window control is so important to make sure you can clear out anyone inside this objective. And right now, Formal has the gun he wants. The NV4 absolutely shreds in this scenario. All kills, though, for FaZe Clan at the moment. Zuma starting off 4-0, about to be 5-0. Shut down by Karma.
And those streaks, if he had managed to get up that far, would have been gargantuan in this match. Still, though, it's going to be all about that next. Still, you see Optic Gaming trying to contest. FaZe has been able to get a substantial amount of time on such an open hill. Still, though, you see that rotation is starting to come in. Optic Gaming pushing over on that top side of the map. They're going to be focused on Prison. However, FaZe does have a nice lead.
Formal going to be the first player to challenge back here. Optic with those couple kills, and because of Formal's positioning, you look at your minimap, because Formal's back here, they spawn all the way out, but that's a 1v1 you cannot afford to lose, especially when you know where Enable is. Attached just trying to buy time for his team to come back off spawn. He's doing just that. 2 kills already. Doesn't get the third, but either way, I do believe FaZe have got the pressure they need towards the hard point to go for the retake. That's an example of a time where Optic need to win their gunfights on rotation. A lot of miss scored there. 45-8, FaZe continuing to impress on Breakout.
And that timing was huge, too. Optic Gaming, though, they're going to be pinching from 3 sides. Looks like the gunfights are going to be won, though, mostly by FaZe. They're able to clear out their base. One remaining player is going to challenge from OG. He's going to get dropped pretty much instantly. And what a hill break that was. Optic Gaming, again, we've seen it time and time again. They get that early control, but they just can't hold on. Now talk about rotation battles. Clayster's doing it by himself, going on that 2 streak, and they're going to be able to lock down Grave as well. Faze, they got a 60-point lead.
They just play this map perfectly. Optic need to refocus for a second. They've now died 8 times in a row. Finally, Formal stops that for the moment. The spawns in favor of Faze. The score in favor of Faze. The kills in favor of Faze so far. Optic, though, the silver lining, it's very early on in this map. One solid hold of Grave. If they get these 45 seconds, they're back within 20. How does Faze play this? They're the best team we've seen so far on this map. What is their shot call? It does look like they're going to send 2 for the back spawn area, and I don't believe Scump is ready for this at all, as he's about to get overwhelmed any moment here. There it is. Clayster gets the kill, but Optic Gaming give him help. 79-33 the score now.
And Faze really did just go too slow on that. Now they're going to have to flood in all the back, and seems to work for just a moment. Now it's just going to be straight gunfight. Everyone just going at the hill as fast as possible. Advantage, you got to imagine OG. You see that head glitch Karma is on. It's so difficult to take players off of that. So again, Faze, they tried to take their time and set up. Too slow going down mid-map. So Optic Gaming, they play the graveyard hill perfect.
They're feeding streaks right now to Karma. Thankfully, Enable still challenging down that side. So Karma does get taken down. Optic Gaming on the rotation. They've still got the spawns. The first one to challenge will be Zuma through this middle crates area. Tagged up by a grenade and no help from his teammates anytime soon. So he's just going to back on up. What was a 70-second lead now down to just 10 as Optic Gaming begin to show some life.
Yeah, and you can see Snxw right now. He's just relying on his teammates to call out where he needs to look. And you see his teammates fall in the back. That's where he turns to look. He knows the player's going to be coming up on the wall run. Loses the gunfight. Clayster is ready with the gun up. Scump though inside the hill. It's where he thrives, but not able to come out on top. Zuma able to pick up 2. And again, Faze Clan able to break through.
Zuma 13-7. He was going off of the first hard point. He's doing it again now, near double positive. Snxw does get the better of him there, but either way, at the end of this first rotation, it does look like the lead should be in favor of Faze. Remember, this is an elimination match. If Optic Gaming drop this map, they are out of the CWL Vegas Open. Faze now about halfway to that 250 score they need to clinch this series.
Yeah, and for how this game started, though, Optic Gaming is in a pretty good spot because they were down by, 60, 70 points. That graveyard hill was huge. So back on this first set of rotations, you got to keep in mind as we move later what these teams are going to be able to do back on that prison hill. Still, though, Faze continuing their dominance out the open. Clayster, though, going to get taken down by his adversary in Formal.
What we see in the first hard point, everyone from Optic get out slayed. Again, every single player -3 or more. If they can just get their gun skill and gun engagements to match Faze, I think this is a game they can take. They're keeping it close, but Faze keep getting these pinch pressures that Optic aren't expecting. And when Clayster is shooting like that, where's the opportunity for Optic Gaming to come back? I just don't see it right now, Chance.
And again, a huge split spawn is coming in. You have 2 Optic Gaming players on the far right, 2 on the far left. So the gunfights for the guys on the far right, incredibly important for the moment. You see 2 Faze players are already going to be inside the hill on next. Still, though, Snxw, he's in the spot for his team, trying to anchor these spawns down. Just needs to wait for him. It's actually before he makes a move. He's going to have a player all the way back. Doesn't even spot him. So Faze, again, in control for the moment. How long can they hold on?
And Optic are spawning here for the moment, but I'm not sure if they'll... Okay, they did get Scump to spawn up with them, so it will be a 4-on-4 engagement. First 2 kill for Faze. Formal can't clean up 1. He's going to try to stay alive for the moment. 60 seconds now, the lead. Faze doing everything right, Chance. I'm loving what I'm seeing from this squad on this map. Optic will go for the break. They have a 30-second chunk of time here. But just like last time, it was Faze on the rotation that worked out so well for him.
What is that spawn that Zuma just got? He just magically popped up all the way in the back, unless I just missed the rotation. But that's going to make things interesting. You might be able to get some scrap time or at least contest the time that should have, I thought, just gone Optic Gaming's way. It looks like Zuma's going to get taken down. Still one more gunfight inside. Attach is going to be able to pick it up. So Faze, they're able to get the scrap. However, again, Graveyard, think about it last time around. Optic Gaming, they pulled about 45 seconds on that, and that would get them right back in this game.
Scump has been spotted, so he knows he's about to be pressured. His teammates not getting the gunfight wins inside cave. Clayster gets pressured by 2 people, somehow gets the 2-piece. And look, Optic can't supplement this hill. Finally, they do shut him down, but it took so long that the rest of Faze is now here. Karma getting overwhelmed. It's a 4v4 engagement now. Clayster pops his overdrive. They're challenging the objective. All the kill feed. Now green as Optic Gaming are back within 50.
Advantage Optic once again, at least inside this hill. But again, Faze, if they just contest for a little bit or maybe even break through, they would be in a prime position to take this one away. Of course, Karma, again, he's going to be on a streak. You see, he's already got the Trinity because he got the points from scoring the hard point as well, and he's going to be 25 off, and he's even working towards that Warden. And Faze, they've given up on it. Let Karma get that scrap time. Make sure to pick up that kill. He's the most important man to kill on this map.
The rotation coming in. You could see Faze already have bodies near it. We'll switch off Karma as he's not going to see any action anytime soon. Formal in the back of the map playing for the spawns. He will call the streak right away. The new hard point comes up. Karma does get one. He's still on a 5 streak now as Formal just trying to stay alive. Faze in the objective for the moment. 3 kills away from the Warden is Karma. Optic now going for the pressure. 179 to 148. Scump will lead the charge. First engagement goes to Attach. Zuma and Enable still stacking the hill. It's bombardment time, folks. Karma still on this streak, now at 6. He's trying to be the difference maker in this map. Optic Gaming still getting pressure from both sides. Karma wins the fight. 1 kill from the Warden. Does he take control of the skies? 25-second difference chance. It's still such a close game.
And you can just see how much importance he is placing on his life. Now he knows where the pressure is coming from. He's going on the attack. He got tagged up by Nate. Scump, though, was able to pick up 2, relieving some pressure.
I don't like that.
The challenge and Attach shuts him down. Still, though, a 20-point game. It is not over yet. Optic Gaming, plenty of opportunities. And we're going for that 3rd set of total rotations.
Karma leaving his feet, you could just see, was not ready for the pressure to already be there from Faze. It was a late call out on the 4-man wall run hit, so no Warden will be had. And so far this map, Clayster has been dominant on this top middle hard point. Optic need to better control loading. Right now they have Formal there. He is the player that must stay alive. You can see on your minimap, Attach trying to flank from that bottom showers area. Let's see it from his perspective. He wins the first gunfight against Scump. Formal now there, though, with the help of Crim6. Optic within 15.
The way this game is going to go down, it's going to be close after this hill, but it's all going to come down to that next prison side hill. Again, both of these teams are going to be within 50 or 60 points, and you can get the total amount of time on it. So Faze, it looks like they're still going to be putting a little bit of pressure on mid-map, and now they've gotten slayed out, they're going to sit back. This is the hill that wins the game.
For the first time this game, Optic Gaming are in the lead as the biggest rotation yet comes into play. Formal pops his overdrive. They're looking for whoever is here. From Faze, the mantle, such a poor time for Clay. Attaching the hard point. He's going to get pitched on by 2 players. The timing window is there for Optic. They do get the kills from the backside. Enable still supplementing from this bottom dirt street. Right now, the kills are in favor of Faze, and there it is. They forced Optic Gaming out. This will be a break for Faze as they look to win the map with a hold here. And I don't see how Optic Gaming come back. You've got Zuma with reactive. You've got Clayster holding middle. The spawn's in favor of Faze. They have pressure for one final push. Faze can win off his hard point.
Desperation time. Optic Gaming needs to go. Close game towards the end. 2 players going to be pushing in for mid, but all the kills going in favor of Faze. Crim6 trying to stay alive. He's able to pick up 1. Attach, though, cleans them up. Just 7 seconds away, and Faze is going to take it down, and that is not enough. Optic Gaming, they have to sprint it to hill, and that is your game. Ladies and gentlemen, Faze Clan taking down Optic Gaming 3 games to 1.
That sets the tone for this year of Infinite Warfare, folks. Faze move on the 3-1 series victory as the green wall crumble. Here on Championship Sunday at the CWL Vegas Open. Here's a look at your scoreboard. Outside of Karma, everyone from Optic Gaming just really being outplayed. Karma with 2 minutes in the objective, 25 and 20. But overall, it was a more well-rounded effort from Faze. And I can absolutely say they deserve that victory on Breakout right there. They just look like the best team on that map in game mode.
Yeah, categorically just getting beat collectively as a team. Faze just proved that they are the stronger ones, at least early on in the year. They've been looking fantastic. They were expected to be the #1 team coming into the year. And granted, they're in the losers bracket now, but come on, there's only a couple teams left. Faze, they're in good shape to do it, and they've done it before as well. They have come out of losers bracket, this exact team, and they go all the way to winners finals, and they had to win 2 best-of-5s, and they pulled it off.
Aches is waiting in that winners bracket against Rise that we'll see up next on the main stage. But for now, I know Benson and the crew have some words on that series.
With that win, Faze, of course, they stay alive today on Championship Sunday. Optic Gaming eliminated from the tournament. But let's talk a little bit about that map number 4. I think there was a key moment there. Karma so close to those streak smoke. Kind of, what went wrong?
I just don't think he played it the correct way. I mean, he saw both of his teammates die in that hill, and there was 10 seconds left. I say just give it up, rotate to the next hill, get those first points, and then he has the ward, and it's just one of those things where you don't want to think about it.
I mean, how do you play those situations? Because it's such high pressure, right? Like one small mistake, potentially you lose the game.
Optic got outplayed for the majority of that hard point in the first half. They did everything perfect, though, on that back helipad. They had complete control of it, and that's where they started to get the snowball out of control. But one part of the snowball that was missing from it was the streaks. If Karma was able to get that Warden going over towards middle, that's a complete game changer. The fact that they were able to take the lead on that one going into the last hill over by the cell block area, that would have been probably game over for Optic. It's a huge mistake. You can't die in that situation. You do anything to get that streak there.
Of course, there a recap of that series. The losers round 5, Optic Gaming versus Faze. Faze walk away with the 3-1 victory, winning both hard points and the uplink, which brings me to my next point. Merc, you're still looking pretty good. You said whoever was going to win the uplink.
wrong team, but I said whoever.
We don't talk about that.
All right.
You said whoever wins the uplink is most likely going to win the series. I mean, Faze, they won it. Bear in mind, it was a very, very close one, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's been such a momentum shifter this entire tournament. Even going back to last year, it's just one of those games where if you seem to win it, it seems like you're going to win the next game type and at least send it to game 5. But Faze, such a good series.
So obviously, you know, Faze, you look at them, they won PSX. Now they find themselves in the losers bracket. How far do they go, team? Like, what is the ceiling this event for them?
I don't know. It's tough to say. I think they're going to get a lot of momentum beating, their rivals. They've been waiting to play them for over a year, like we've been mentioning.
Right.
So I feel like they're going to start rolling from now on. And if there's a confidence boost, that's it, right? So I think they're going to go far.
They're looking very, very confident.
Yeah, and I think next they play Allegiance, who won in a round 11, game number 5.
Yeah,
beating
a
Luminosity.
ninja defuse.
So Legion's top 4.